Good afternoon. Um, Sorry, I'm just trying to turn off my fan. It is about 4:45 p.m. Tuesday afternoon, and I just walked in the house from work. Um, First, let me say I am trying to be better. I am trying to not be so judgmental of myself. I am trying to be more confident and push myself the way I know that I can be pushed. That being said, I am being very insecure about the way I look on camera right now. I don't have on any makeup, like none. No mascara, no eyeliner, no concealer, no foundation. I didn't even brush my eyebrows. Um, I just have on no makeup right now. And I see blemishes, and I feel like this part of my face is really dark. I know I'm probably being weird, but I'm trying to be better. Uh, I can admit when I'm wrong, and I was wrong. I have missed doing these videos. I didn't realize how much I missed doing these videos, but gosh, I miss doing these videos. I need to vent today. Um, I find myself a bit frustrated. And, I'm going to pause because I want to get my selfie stick that we bought specifically for this trip or the trip we took this weekend. And oh my gosh, the Wild Force cast used it, so I'm never washing it. So I'm gonna pause for a moment. There we go. I feel like I was gone for a long time, but from your perspective, it wasn't even a second. Um, I also had a little snack, as you can tell. Don't look at my teeth. Might be something in there. Um, so I miss these videos. I miss these videos more than I realize I miss these videos. Um, I I changed, or I'm in the process of changing how I do things, how I carry myself, how I let things affect me, how I affect other things, and that's something that I initiated on Sunday. On Monday, it was a decent day. We got up, we ran some earrings, last minute earrings, last minute errands, and we came home. We had a goodie, and at some point, I fell asleep during a really good match. Daniel Bryan and um, why did I want to say Dolph Ziggler? Daniel Bryan and The Miz, because we missed SummerSlam on Sunday, so we watched it yesterday. And I fell asleep. I woke up in the middle of the night and was really sick for about an hour, which sucked. This morning I had a hard time getting up, um, but I got up and I went to work. And I was immediately bombarded with a bunch of emails, most of which were from my managers, and they were unhappy with the workload that was left for them, I guess, to do, or the way things were being done. Hello. So basically, I didn't work on Monday. I took the day off, and my manager covered for me, and they weren't happy with how, I guess, we have to every week or every time a new patient comes in enter all that information, and by the end of the week all that information should be entered, yada yada yada. Well, Friday was crazy. Besides me personally going out of town, um, it was just a lot going on that day. A lot on my plate. I've been by myself at work for the last few days, and I will be for the next 2 weeks, because we are short on PSCs, and my teammate has to cover somewhere else. So my manager covered for me on Monday, and apparently it was so bad that she had to call in the other manager who was under her to come and help out. I was met with a couple of emails about different things. My fax box was full, and there was a bunch of stuff added from binders and such because those weren't up to par. And there were notes like, do this first and this and this. I just got bombarded with a bunch of stuff to do. And after I was like, at first I was like, okay. And I immediately replied to the emails and things. And then I got another email just like, hey, I know we talked about this, blah, blah, blah. But, she went on about it again. That was the second talk about it. And to be fair, the email also went to my teammate, even though she's in Roseville. But it falls back to me because they want me to do this whole leadership role. I'm not a manager or anything. They just want me to be in charge of the Rancho office, I guess. So after that second talk or second email, my manager showed up like she usually does in the morning to do the deposit because I haven't learned the deposit yet. And she didn't mention at all. There was actually like, I brought up like school because we go to the same school, ironically, and she took the same course that I'm taking right now. So I brought that up, like, yeah, I'm taking it now, but we're talking about that because apparently it's like hard, but not hard. And she's been giving me like pointers and tips for it and stuff. So I just brought that up. I was talking because I have a bad habit of if I'm nervous or I feel like I'm going to mess up or just anxiety, all that stuff, I get really quiet. And I was like trying to not do that. So I was like, I'm not going to sit here like, oh, I got in trouble. I'm going to just be me and talk and stuff. And they also my manager asked me to sit in the other desk because she wants me to be more visible and open with the patients, even though I feel like I am. But hey, you paid me to do the work, so I do the work without question. So anyway, it's like a couple of weeks ago, they had a sit down talk with me, and they had a hard time because I was messing up, and I'm much better now. Like when it comes to like chart audit, which is a thing that we do, I'm like pretty good with that now. And I was told that there needs to be more communication in the office, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing these things, but now there are other things that aren't going well. So it's frustrating. After lunch, or after she ended up leaving, she had to go to a different office. And after I came back from my lunch, she called me and she's like, yeah, you want to take this call in the back? So I instantly knew, okay, we're about to have a talk. So I went to the back, took the call, and she was just saying how she talked to the CEO, who's her boss, and basically just saying the same things that were in an email. So we really need to work on this, blah, blah, blah. This whole stuff money for the clinic, blah, 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 blah. Which I understood completely. But all day was just this pressure to get it done, be better, get it done, be better. And I don't like that, but also it's like, I'm not trying to let this bother me at all. So here I am at home after work, after a very long day, and I had a goodie, and I'm relaxing, and it's starting to do its thing, but it hasn't completely done its thing yet. That was about 20 minutes ago or so. I'm gonna make some stir fry tonight for my guys. I love my guys. I love my son. I love my husband. I am surrounded by good men, and that makes me happy. I love my family so much. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make blah, 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 blah. If I can talk, I'm going to make stir fry for dinner. Because I don't know why it came up, but on the trip it came up, and I was like, that sounds good. So we got ingredients to do that. It's just gonna be like a chicken stir fry over rice, and I'm just gonna chill as much as I can before it's time to do all this again tomorrow. And I'm trying not to focus on work when I'm not at work, but I did want to talk about this on camera. So I can admit when I'm wrong. I miss these videos. I think these videos help. And I'm trying to learn how to not bring work home and trying to learn to be more confident in my abilities to do the work at work. It's not that I don't think I can do the work, it's literally the amount of time it takes to do the work, and I don't have time, which is why things didn't get inputted, because there's one me and 50 things to do at every moment. And no one else knows what to do when it's just me there. So it's a lot of people coming up to me, hey, Asia, can you do this? Or if a call comes in and it's like, oh, this lawyer's on the phone, can you take it? Or, oh, there's a new patient on the phone, I don't know how to do that. Or, even like the therapist, hey, this person has a new insurance, I don't know what to do with this. So when I come back from lunch, I am bombarded with, 10 sticky notes. I've got to address all of those. Plus, I have to address the patients coming in. Plus, I have to answer the phone call. Plus, I have to answer the second and third and fourth line sometimes. Plus, I have to get all these new patients' information in the system by a certain time. Plus, I have to make sure that the patients are coming in on time for their appointments. It's always something, always something. There's constantly faxes coming in. Um, it just, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I just want to relax. I just want to woosah. And I feel bad for complaining. I just came back from this trip, but it was a lot today. I'm not going to even hold you up. And I think that's another thing I deal with, is not being able to admit or even say sometimes it's okay for Asia to have something. Sometimes it's okay for Asia to feel a certain way. I feel bad about the way I feel, feel bad for complaining, but today was hard. Today was a little frustrating. I got through it. It was fine. I didn't finish nearly as much as I probably should have or wanted to, but I did the best that I could. And today was a bit stressful. So instead of arguing myself, oh, maybe someone else would need it, or maybe I should save the goodie for another time when I need it. I needed it today, so I had it today. Simple as that. So that's my day. I'm going to let this do its thing. I'm going to check on my schoolwork, because, yeah, that's another thing, too. I'm back in school now. Yay, I'm taking chemistry right now, and holy crap. And it's funny, ironically, my boss told me, and she said at some point I just stopped reading or watching the lectures and just took a bunch of notes on my note cards to prepare for doing the tests. And it was like, that's great advice for someone who wants me to be thorough in the workplace. You're telling me how to get around actually reading the material for school. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Bye.